Now, this American soldier had 2 machine guns trained on him. We were sure he knew this, but he just kept coming. To have shot him would have seemed like murder because he was not a threat. He just wanted us to give up. Carl's foxhole happened to be directly in front of this path of this approaching American soldier. So Carl and his buddy were the first to confront him. And the German soldiers did as he said. They dropped their weapons, they took off their helmets, they tossed them into the foxhole. The American soldier told them to put their hands over their heads, and then he turned and he walked toward the American lines without looking back as the German soldiers followed. See, Carl said he was overwhelmed by this. He thought that this soldier must have been the most reasonable man, the most perceptive, the most understanding, and by far the most brave man he'd ever seen. And then Carl writes, he said, we had not expected to live. And he must have seen how idiotic this all was. He acted on his own to save us, risking his life in the process. If he had not come to get us, we would have died in our foxholes. His action was a personal one. He was not ordered to do what he did. I owe him my life, and I have lived it. Jacob's story was a battle of grace. Grace that would not let him go, and it left him with a new walk in more way than one. This is the God who has redeemed us, who has called us out from certain death, and for him, for our God, for our Savior, it was personal. Christ came to save us. Christ walked out there for us. Christ chose to do that, to rescue us. And now many of us stand before him with broken lives, looking for what is next. The lesson Jacob learned is one essential to every Christian. He explains to us why a deeper walk with God can only come about his ways. Because before God can use a man greatly, mightily, he must first break him. Because we all have this built-in tendency to trust ourselves. God is working to break us from our self-dependence. All his life, Jacob thought Esau and Laban were his enemies. But Jacob was finding out that he was his own worst enemy. And God had to wrestle him into submission to reveal this to him.